Independent Senator Nick Xenophon has told Lateline he's disappointed with the Fair Work Ombudsman's final report into the Church of Scientology. He believes the draft report has been watered down. The Church of Scientology has described the report as a terrific outcome, but the Church has not escaped criticism. The Fair Work Ombudsman has called on the Church of Scientology to hire an independent consultant to review its workplace practices to ensure they comply with the award system and the Fair Work Act. Steve Kinane reports.
The Fair Work Ombudsman's inquiry into the Church of Scientology was set up in response to allegations raised in last year's Four Corners program.
I stayed up 72 hours once, just trying to get someone approved to go auditor training overseas.
72 hours without sleep? And you were 15 at the time?
Jordan Anderson gave evidence to the Fair Work Ombudsman's inquiry, but her family is upset with today's findings.
Witness 7's relationship with the Church of Scientology was voluntary in nature, not one of employment. Accordingly, the investigation determined Witness 7's complaint cannot be sustained.
In this particular case, it seems curious that the Fair Work Ombudsman's taken this approach, given that the person was a minor, was told what hours to work and the circumstances in which they could work. So I would have thought it had all the hallmarks of being an employee and not a volunteer. Volunteers can walk away. This person didn't have that choice. That's why I think cases such as this could well end up in the courts.
The Church of Scientology argues all their religious work is done by volunteers. In the draft report, the Fair Work Ombudsman found that
there are no procedures within the Church of Scientology entities to classify workers as employees, contractors, volunteers or voluntary workers or otherwise. Because there are no such procedures, it is likely the Church of Scientology has incorrectly classified as volunteers or voluntary workers people who are entitled to be classified as employees.
But this finding has been removed from the final report. The draft report mentioned allegations of forced labour and enslavement.
The allegations may potentially be a breach of the provisions of the Criminal Code Act 1995 dealing with slavery. The Fair Work Ombudsman will refer the witnesses' allegations to the relevant authority for further investigation.
But references to slavery have been removed from the final report, although Lateline understands these allegations will still be referred to relevant Commonwealth and state authorities.
Well, undoubtedly, it seems that the approach of the Fair Work Ombudsman now is a watered-down version of what the Fair Work Ombudsman seemed to be thinking when there was a draft report.
The Fair Work Ombudsman was unavailable to respond to Senator Xenophon's criticisms. The Church of Scientology agreed to put forward one of their lawyers for an interview tonight, but pulled out.
Due to legal advice, we have changed our position and no one will be coming on the show this evening.
In a press release, the Church of Scientology described the report as a terrific outcome for Australia's charitable sector and for religious freedom. But the lawyer planning to take a class action against the Church of Scientology on behalf of former workers thinks the final report is no victory for the Church.
The Ombudsman has found that the Church of Scientology has systemic problems in how they source their labour. The Ombudsman has recommended that the Church of Scientology undertake a widespread audit of their practices and what they need to pay their employees and work out the back pay. Now, if the Church of Scientology is not smart enough to take up that request, then they may be facing problems down the track.
Steve Kinane, Lateline.